How's it going, guys? I'm Jordan from the Video Game Advisors, and today I'll be talking to you about a recent new game, Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is a part of a series attributed to Tom Clancy and his well-known novels. This game is the 22nd iteration in the Rainbow Six series. These games were inspired by Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six book about a counter-terrorist group that goes on various missions to save the world. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a first-person tactical shooter in which players take control of an operator from the Rainbow Team, a counter-terrorist unit. Different operators had different races, perks, bombs, and gadgets. The game features an asymmetrical structure whereby the teams are not always balanced in their ability choices. The operators belong to the counter-terrorism units SWAT, SAS, GSG-9, Spetsnaz, and GIGN, each of which has 4 operators. Players pick an operator from any unit before a round starts, and are not allowed to change operators during a round. When a round begins, the attackers choose one of several spawn points from which to launch their attack. The attackers then are given control over wheeled drones to scout the map in search of enemy operators and targets, while the defenders can fortify and reinforce surfaces and pathways in order to restrict movement and vision. Maps in the game are designed to encourage close quarters combat, and players cannot respawn until the end of the round. This is aimed at encouraging players to utilize teamwork and tactics, and to maintain tension throughout a round. Matches are short and only last a few minutes. The game features heavy emphasis on environmental destruction. A procedural destruction system is featured in the game. Players can break structures by planting explosives on them, or to make bullet holes on walls by shooting it. The environments of the game feature a layered material system, in which environmental objects of different materials show different reactions to players' attacks. Players may gain tactical advantages through environmental destruction, and the system aims at encouraging players to utilize creativity and strategy. In order to create realistic gameplay, a bullet penetration system is featured, in which bullets deal less damage when they hit enemies through structures. In addition to destruction, players can also build fortified barriers and shields around them for protection, but can be destroyed through breaching and utilizing class-specific melee weapons like sledgehammers. In order to stop attackers' attacks, defenders can place traps like barbed wire around the maps. Vertical space is a key gameplay element taken into account when designing the game's maps. Players can destroy ceilings and floors using breach charges and can ambush enemies by rappelling through windows. Powerful weapons like grenades and breach charges are valuable, as only a limited amount can be used in a round. Teamwork and cooperation is encouraged in Siege, and players need to take advantage of their different abilities in order to defeat the enemy team. Communications between players are also encouraged. Different modes are featured in the final game, including Hostage Mode, which attackers must extract the hostage, either male or female, from the defenders, while the defenders must prevent that from happening. The game also features a cooperative mode, previously called Terror Hunt, but now renamed Terrorist Hunt, which supports up to 5 different players. Players take on the role of either attackers or defenders and must fight against waves of enemies controlled by artificial intelligence. The game does not feature a single-player campaign, but features a single-player tutorial mode called Situations. With the game overview out of the way, let's talk about our pros and cons for the game. The game is praised for its new game concept, its fully immersive maps, and its great destructive physics engine. As far as the cons go, there have been problems with previous Tom Clancy games that have carried over to this one, and this is the issue of servers. In Rainbow Six Siege, load times for the game take a long time, and have driven some players away. Taking that into account, the game is definitely a great challenge for gamers, with its realistic gameplay making gamers think twice about their actions. The game's difficulty also pushes for a higher demographic of players. The game's rating is M, for mature. We think that this rating is the perfect rating for it, since there are many parts of intense violence and highly tense situations. The game displays good morals of fighting for good, but we agree that this game is not for younger audiences. Thanks for joining me today. Feel free to check out our other videos, or take some time to look at the informative articles in the description. Or you can also start a discussion in the comments. We'll see you later.